Hey, I think it's live. Let me see my screen. Let me check. It's up to anyone watching. Just wait a second. Okay, good. So let's do this hatching effect. Let me show you the reference. I saw this from Anim Emery, I think. It's his name on YouTube. This guy right here. So I just follow his tutorial on YouTube and did the same inside of Davinci Resolve. The principles are basically the same, but it's just the execution that will change a bit. Good. So I got a palette right here, a color palette that I will use just for in order to be quicker. And before we start, I would like to show how I build my node tree. So I start with a blank base, which was basically a background node with the transparent color with no alpha. Then I'll build it like so. To make it great, like this. I have a merge right here, and I just plug the background or the color palette here and the background. And all the elements that are built, they just come plug like this from the side, from the left side. Why the left side? Because when you take a node and you drag it, it will automatically make a merge node right here automatically. Whereas from the right side, it does not do this. And my node tree grow from top to bottom. And I follow this rule also in the 3D system. So when I make something in the 3D system, my stuff, my elements on the left side, and you have a branch right here where everything is plugged like this. The first merge will be for the elements, the second one will be for the camera. And then I leave it, I leave the last merge right here so I can branch out and make many 3D renderers. I don't make just one, many 3D renderers for each and every pass that I will be making in the 3D system. Then I branch this pass like this on their main branch, which end up on the main branch. I don't know if it's clear, but you will see. You will see. Okay, good. Now let's hop inside of Fusion. So this is what I will do. Take a blank background and plug the palette right here so I can watch the final merge. So this is the main branch. Then we'll go to the side and build the 3D text. Let me take one text 3D. Hope it's clear. Let me choose this font, Gotham Black. This right. Okay. The shader, I don't want no specular, so I will take the specular color down to black. Also uncheck use one material and take the specular colors of the bevel to black again, so I get something flat. And for the colors of the main text, I will go to red, and the colors for the bevel, let me turn it to green. This is done so I don't have to, I can pull out a mask very easily. You can now with the 21 version, we can use the cryptomat node, but I won't be using it in this tutorial. Right now, it might be not clear why I'm talking about all this stuff, but throughout the video, you will understand, hopefully. Then let's go back to the text tab, and in the extrusion, we'll just crank up the extrusion like this, maybe even bigger, down to 0.5. Take it right up. Let me take it up a notch. Yeah. Why is it? Oh, I've changed the specular color. Let me change this one. Okay, like this. So this is the text. I won't be making the animation in this tutorial. You can animate it as you want, as you wish. Maybe a follower or anything really. We will just be focusing on the halftone and hatching effect. Then add my camera. So add my 2D merge, camera to the side right here, and 2 transform to adjust the camera. So the first one will be for the translation. Let me take a render to see what I'm doing right here. So I take it out like this, maybe put it up a little bit. And on the second one is for the rotation. Why am I doing this way? I don't know, I got used to it. And I got better animation like this. This time we'll go like this. Right. Then, as you can see, I've branched out. They're not branched out, but I set the render 3D, render 3 to the side. So now what I need to do is take a mask of the red channel and another mask of the green channel. And this is the part I said that you could use the Cryptomat in this version of Fusion. Like this, you just need to enable Cryptomat and add a Cryptomat node, or add a Cryptomat node. But in order to save some nodes, I won't be doing this. So this is what I will do. Let me just add a custom node that I've made, but this part is not necessary really. And let me see. I want my region to go from top to bottom. And I want it to be only applied on the red channel. So in the settings time of your background, you just need to choose your channel, the red one. So it only pulls this mask. Then I need to branch out again. This, let me put it to the side, add another renderer 3D, and do the same thing really. Let me just copy and paste these nodes, and this time we want it to be from the green channel. So you only take the background. Let me switch it. For this one, we'll take the red. For this one, we'll take the green. Now, we'll also add some outlines. For this, I'm using Smokey's SM outline node. Take this color, take the stroke size. Okay, and just copy and paste an instance right under the other branch, which is for the bevel. Why I'm doing this is just so that I have a bevel around the main text and a bevel also around the the bevel. Oh, I'm doing this so that I have a stroke around the main text in this part, the front of the text, and a stroke also around the bevel. Without this, this is how it would look. It would have looked. Take this. So you can see that the bevel is around the old shape, and you don't have any bevel between the red and the green. There is other ways to do so, but I just went this route. And now let me see the palette first, and we'll set the colors. So for the foreground, I want this to be this color, and here to be this color right here. For this one, don't want the second colors. I will just go with this one. And when I merge the two together, this is what I get. Right. That is, as you can see right now, the result is a little bit flat. Is a little bit flat. So we need to add some light, some light information. So we'll another time branch out of the merge, the final merge, and make replace material first, then a 3D merge, and then I will add some lights on this merge. So I will take an ambient light first and a directional light secondly. Put it to the side, add the 3D merge, and just let's see it. I need to enable lighting and shadows to this one. Let's just adjust the directional light. Go for whichever feels right to you. There is no right way to do it. I think I'm happy with this. Maybe I will need to take down the intensity. You know what? This is good for me. And I need to merge this on top of the main text. I just need to add some to change the apply mode to be screen. So now you got the values, or you can go for soft light. It might be a little bit more subtle, like this. So we used to have this, and now we've added the light information. So what I've done, I've just added a replace material just to reset the colors to nothing, so you don't have the red and the green. And then to this branch, add the two lights and rendered it. So we keep the position of the camera, and we'll still have our bits right here. What I want to do next? Yeah, what I want to do next? Let me see. Let me think. Let's add. What can we add? Yeah, we need to add an outline, another outline. So how we will do so? You can take any renderer really, but we need to add a neural dilate, and crank up the values a lot. Let's go with circle like this. Then I'll add a brightness contrast. Take down the saturation. No, there's no need for it. Let's add a background and change the color to be white. The alpha to 1. Then there is this custom macro made by a guy named Sai on YouTube. You can find his YouTube channel. Maybe I will link his channel down to the video. He made a tutorial where he explained how to do a simple choker. So we'll add his macro, simple choker. Okay, plug this to this. Let's already plug the result of this under our text. We'll just change the operator to be under so that the result goes under. We'll play with the threshold right here and just play a little bit with it and change the blur size. So you have something that is not perfect. We need to add some variation. with this. Okay. Now that that's done, uh, our text element is basically done. So we have our main branch right here. We'll just merge this to the empty background. So this was an empty background. I don't know if I showed it or not, but this was an empty background. Thank you, Abramo. Abramo, yeah, my man. Big love too, my guy. Um, great. So what we need to do now is to add a background. All the elements are, you can find them in the description of the Anim Amary's video where we showed up the where he showed the effect. Let me find it first. I added these two elements. So you have your background, this one on top this time. Where to do this? Go with under so that the merge controls the background, not the other way around. Okay. Then I will also add this texture right here on top of it. First, I need to take it down. So just so it fit the comp size, and change the merge operation to be soft light. Let me add a brightness contrast and take down the saturation. So this is what we get. So we already have a bit of texture. Now we'll go from here, from the background, not the this texture right here, and we'll need to make the halftone. We'll start with the hatching effect. Then we'll do the halftone effect. So I just added a background, an empty background, and connect to it a gridded node. This macro is done by someone on the Wisaclest forum, which is called Just Scrap It. So you can download it from here, or you can simply use the grid effect that is available inside of Davinci Resolve. Me personally, I don't have Davinci Resolve. I right now I have it, but I usually edit on inside of Fusion Studio standalone, and the grid effect, OFX the OFX node grid will completely work. I don't have it, so I'm using this one. We'll take down the subdivisions, go to pixel mode, and I'll unlock the width and the height. The post transform, I want to change the angle a bit. Let's go something like this, like 52. Change the color of the grid down to black. If you don't see anything, you can just hit Control C on the layer C in the viewer, so it activates the alpha. Just need to tweak the values, and that's it. Just so we have a grid that we are happy with. There are some dashes. Let's take down the dashes. Okay. I think I'm happy with this. Okay. So we take this to the side. Now I want to blur it a bit. Size, so it's not too much. Then I want to merge, not the merge, the regular merge. I want to merge background with this. this part of the branch, the text with the background, with this. Now I'll just change. I'll change the color to black. Yeah, that's good. I will just change the apply mode to be color burn. And just switch the inputs so we get something like this. Okay. Then let's add a brightness contrast. Take the saturation down to 0. And we'll play with the threshold. So threshold in the left maybe. Maybe before I add a blur node. No need for it. Okay. Then add a blur node. Blur it a little bit more. Okay. Just realized I forgot some elements on the in the text, which is the inner shadow. This is my way of doing the inner shadow. I just add 2 bitmap node like this. Do the second one and invert it, multiply, and just play with the soft edge. Once you have your inner shadow, you can add brightness contrast. And if you look through it, if you play with the gamma or the gain, it will crank up the values. Basically, you'll get your inner shadow. I need to do the same thing right here, just before the outline. Do it. Let's do the mask first. Okay, so this is our inner shadow. And we'll just take the gamma up. It's not plugged. Just shadow a little bit. Then we're good. So the end result is this. We have our inner shadow in the bevel area and also in the face area. It's good. Let's go back to our setup right here. It's yeah, doing okay. Now you can see that we have a different effect. I feel like the lines are too spaced apart. So we'll just change right here so I get some more. Okay. We'll play with the threshold on this brightness contrast to adjust it. Take down the lift so that the center part without the inner shadow is not affected. This is the difference between this hatching technique and just slapping hatching texture and multiply it on top or overlay it on top of your footage, because right now you can see that the lines, they're stretched. They're most first of all they're stretched, and also we have some sizing variation between the center and the edges. Okay, then I've blurred it some more. If you play with the blur, we'll get a different effect. Also with this one, if you take it down, the lines will be more sharper. And if you take it up, it will be more thick. At this point, it's just a matter of playing around the parameters. Okay. Let's add let's add a final brightness contrast where we can adjust some more. Okay. Then we just need to take this element and merge it right after the background on the main branch, like this. Okay. Why is it not showing up? Okay. It's two. Let me just change the blend a little bit. Forgot something. This is happening because I haven't clipped the black and the white. Let me do it also right here. Okay, so I've merged this element right here that we see in the first viewer just after the background of the main branch and took down the blending to minus to 0.5 0.25 like this. Now the effect is done. If want to this outline, the big outline, to bleed a little bit, we just need to take a mask and blur it on the outside. So we need to make an outer shadow out of this element right here. So I'll do my outer shadow technique, which is the same as the inner shadow. We just need to invert the first one and not the second one, and still multiply the second one, and then play with the soft edge. You can make a macro out of it. I feel like it takes time to make a macro, or you can just do it very quickly like this. Now that you have your mask, you go thing behind the background. Let's go behind the background. This branch right here will add a brightness contrast. Use this outer shadow mask as a mask for the brightness contrast, and just take up the, let me see, yeah, to keep the second viewer for this. Just take up the gamma or the gain, and if you view this, you will see some bleeding. You see some bleeding with the etching applied to it. If you want it to be stronger, you can take up the soft edge like this. Here we have the final result. You can see the bleeding right here. I will add a switch node, which is this part. You don't need a switch node, but if you want the effect to be applied on two colors, we'll do it like so. Let me add my switch just so I can switch between this version of the etching effect uh, with the version that has the two colors. So I add a texture node like this, then a background set to gradient, and just to choose my two colors that I have right here on my palette. So for the black part, I want them to be these colors, and the white part, this pink color, plug it to the green input of the texture node, and if I see it, this is what you get. You can see there is some issue. To fix this, you just need to add a brightness contrast just before, right before the texture node, and just play with the contrast value like this. Then you're good. Now I can plug this to the switch, and if I switch right here, this is the final effect with the colors. Okay, why the switch is just so that if I want to switch between the two, I need the blend of this merge to be set to 100%, because if it's still down to 0.5, it won't work. So I just add a basic expression, which is if, let me take the switch, if the source, okay, let me do it again, if the source is equal to 0, which is the first input of the switch, I want the value to be, of the blend to be 0.5. Other than that, take the blend to be 1. So right now the switch is set to this input, so we have the blend set to 1. And if I ever go to the input 0, the blend will be set to 0.5. That's basically it for the effect, the hatching effect. Let me see some. Hmm, why is it gray? Okay, well, still, it's not the design. Okay, this. You can go to this setup and just play around with the values so I get a different result. Now if I change the colors information right here for the bevel, if I make it brighter, we'll see some more um, we'll see some more effect on the bevel, some more hatching effect. This same things goes for this part, the inner part. If I crank it up, if I crank the value up, you'll see more hatching. If I take it down, you'll see less. So this is the setup. Of course, you can make it a macro, it will be easier. Like it's too dark. Anyways, let's go to the halftone technique. So we need an ellipse. And Take up the soft edge, maybe take the size of the ellipse down to 0.25, so half its size. Then I want white. Why I added to the white background? Because I want to be able to make this a square like this. And then, um, yep, we'll add a rasterize node, which is a crocodile from the crocodile tools. Let me take this down. So, or to the side, just so I have some more space. We need to rasterize this part, and we want it to keep the colors. So we'll select image. Yeah, so it takes the colors of your image, and in the shape, you want it to be a custom shape. We'll choose shape, and we take this one that we've made to be the shape of the rasterize. This is what we get. Let me disable the black background like this. Now we can change the shape and the size of the rasterize to be very, very, very low. Very low. This. And now if you look at the setup that we've made, let me add another blur to blur it a bit more. If you look at this result, we need to change some value first. On this brightness contrast, we need to adjust things. So set it to 0 first. Plug it. I don't didn't plug it. Okay. Okay. Now let me play with the threshold. This is what we got here. So we can see the little dots which come from this rasterize effect. Maybe they're too small. Or the circle is too small. Let me go back to 0.5 like this. Okay, and change the size on the rasterize node to be even more small, even smaller. Have a look at the brightness contrast. This one, take the saturation down, as we said, and play with the threshold. Okay. I want it to be black, sorry. I'm missing something. This to be white. In the rasterize, we want this color to be black. Then, just like the grid was black. So we're just replicating the same stuff. Now, this is still color burn, yeah. And here we need to play, okay. We need to play with the threshold. Like this. We have with this. Let me here, right here. Take the blur up. Maybe this blur needs to be stronger. And then it's just a matter of playing with the rasterized size. Maybe a bit too blurry. All right. So this is the same mask basically. I'm trying to figure out why the background isn't showing. Okay, that's my bad. Hmm, Let me add another movie. This expression is not made for this merge. Okay, so we keep the background right here, and we need a merge right here. The expression is made for this merge. Just take down the switch right here. Right, my bad. Okay, now if you check a look, check the result. Now we're good. So we have the background which keeps its color, and the afternoon effect which is bleeding on the background. And basically, what I've done is I've made a I was wrong. I put the expression for the switch to be here to change the blend, but the blend needs to be changed on its own merge. This one. So when this texture is applied to the main branch with the text and everything, um, the blend will be set to 0.25 when we want to keep the colors, and if we ever want to take this two-tone effect, the blend will go to 1 like this. Now there's another problem, which is I need to take it from here. Now we have it like this. I don't know if it was clear, guys, but I tried to do my best to explain the technique, and maybe I will chop up the live and try to take the good parts and um, make a tutorial out of it. Let me know what you want, what you think of the technique, and this is it. So again, we've made our element in 3D. Just took a mask out of it for these two, merge them together with their colors and their bitmap to do the inner shadow effect. Then, since we had a like an albedo pass, which is just a color image, we took a light pass like this without any colors in it and merged it together to with the soft light mode. Then we made a bigger outline with the hero dilate technique and simpleChoker to make it to add some variation, not and for it not to be too crisp. Merge this under the main text. Then we took this and made it our main element in our main branch. Okay, so we added a background right after it. Merge under the text. From this, we made this element, which is the halftone slash hatching effect. We saw it with the grid first, then with the rasterized node from the crocodile tools. No, this, you can see it. This is for the grid. We made a switch out of it. If you want to switch between the two, you can do so. You just need to make some changes in these two brightness contrast and maybe in the respective blur. Okay, then this element we've merged it on top of this element. Okay, just change the blend, and we made like a tint effect in After Effects, but inside of Fusion, this is this texture node. Or basically, me personally, this is how I do it. I take my element, just add a texture, and plug into it a gradient that has the two values, the one for the blacks and the one for the white values. And this is what we get. So if I ever switch between the two, oh, okay, again, we also add this texture element to add some to broke up the final result, furthermore. That's it, guys. Now you can make your animation. You need to be looking at the end result. We can make your animation like this while looking at like an empty renderer. And personally, this is how I would have done it. I take this in my second viewer and just animate my camera in the first viewer when I have a way to see the 3D space. You can change the orientation of the camera. Once you look at the end result, you get the effect still. That's it, guys. Let me know what you think, and if there is something that is not clear. Again, as I said, maybe I will take this live and chop it up and make a tutorial out of it, so it's a little bit clearer. And that's it. See ya.